Hello, it is Ryder Blackthorn, and today we're going to start with learning how to draw the face. So, first off, I just start off like a circle. You can already see the outline there, but that's okay. I start off with just a circle. A little circle. Next, I just do a line, just a little line right in the middle. This is just a guideline for where the middle of the face would be. Now I tend to draw the jaw. For the jaw, I don't know, normally for like a man, I would draw a more hard shape like this, and for girls, I draw a slightly softer hard shape. I'm gonna draw a girl today because hair and stuff. So just gonna do that. Try to think of it as a for girls, it's like a blocky but like rounded U, something like this, but it's like slightly blockier version. That's a jaw. For my line to eyes, it's here. Line for where the nose will be. The middle of the nose will be here. And then for the mouth, because like here, my nose is at the bottom of the circle. Here it's where it will be where the jawline and the circle touch. That's my cat. Jawline and circle touch. So here, for mouth, I tend to go like around where the curve of the jaw is. It's really guess, but you can also kind of like highlight it as well. For my neck, I just draw a little triangle as a guideline. And I just rectangular neck, pots leading out of it. Because I'm lazy, I run away from my responsibilities. Like a little point here. And that will be where our drawing ends for today. Now for hairline, I tend to mark 2 little points here, go up till about like here, so about be about like a third of the face from here. Just like, actually, no, I'm wrong. I tend to go a little bit higher. I tend to go about right here. To be honest, I completely eyeball it. I'm gonna mark the nose. I mark out the nose as a little triangle, circle on it, because when you look at a nose, it's like a triangle shape, but then there's also that round circle where that point that kind of goes out. 2 lines up here. Then I tend to draw like 2 circles for the eyes. That's eye socket, and I also draw like a circle for the mouth. And bada bing, bada boom, that's all our guidelines. To I'm gonna start off with the nose, so I tend to draw a little like sign that looks like the top of a parallelogram, but make it look kind of like blurry as it's blocky as. It was kind of like a stump triangle is probably the best way to describe it. Upside down filled in triangle. The circle. For image, just draw a little circle in the circle. It doesn't be oval. That's where our shine is. Draw a line, a curved line on top of that circle. There's also going to be a circle here, a circle here. I just shade that in, as well as like the little shadow here. I use hatchets for shadows. That's essentially it. For adults, I tend to draw like a little, this part, it's like a triangle here. Oh, sorry, that was my cat. I'll get it for a shadow. Also, I shade the top part here. That's nose. Now, our nose ends, which are guideline for where the eyes start. So, to explain, there's many different eye shapes. My favorite shapes I like to use are parallelograms and good old upside down-ish pentagons. That's the best way to describe these. Then you use shapes like this for like more seriousness, and this will be the eyes stuff. It's just like this for more softer characters. We're gonna draw a serious character today because that's my favorite. We'll do another tutorial like eye shapes and stuff. There's draw short, big. I'm gonna draw a girl today because girls are pretty. Short, big, and you can kind of see where that parallelogram is. I make this top lash slightly. She could do a bit too short eyeshadow. Then for lashes, I would like make a triangle, then another triangle. That would be it. Just do the same for the other side. If you don't feel like drawing the other eye, I'll post another video about how to run away from your responsibilities. I mean, how to creatively not draw the other eye. Now, people, artists, of course, depend on where OC is looking. So if they look left or right or at you, that'll depend. I will draw an OC looking this way towards this dot. So we're gonna have to draw. Of course, you could draw the eyes wherever you want. Doesn't really matter for a tutorial. And then just color them with a light color or dark color. For mouth, it's really simple. Dot, dot, slightly curved center, line here, draw a line here. That will kind of represent the lips. You make like add a tint. That there is a girl. I'm going to erase all these guidelines real quick so that they're not really much in the way for this next part. See that there's, oh yeah, also eyebrows. Just trying to draw like little wedges. I still need to work on like how to draw eyebrows clearly, but my little wedge is good enough. I didn't draw a girl with the eyebrows because I have the eyebrows. Ears go from the top of the eye to the bottom of the nose here. So for ears, they'll be like that big. Then I just draw like a little X in the middle. And I sometimes add like earrings and stuff here because I think they look cool. Earrings, I just do a bunch of lines, honestly. This loop, I don't really do a loop. For drawing skin and such, I really just kind of add very light lines here. Light, quick lines. And I could add like freckles if I want. Like moles. Moles will look nice on her. And that'll be her C, even though we haven't heard her. Right. And for like on my neck, I tend to draw a small little line here, indicating neck muscle. For shadow, I'm using a hatch method. And then for shirts, I don't really know what to do about a shirt. You know, I'm gonna draw a shirt. Collarbone, a soft V, a short line, and then a long line, kind of like the top of our eyes there. And that's a collarbone. Then there's a collarbone. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna add a little bit more here. Enthusiast to the fact that her nose is shiny. Why is it shiny? It's because humans are oily. We're all oiled up all the time. Now, sorry, we're holding that piercing because it looks good. And I also tend to like after this, I'd like add eyelids and stuff to the top, and then I would add shadow to make them look nicer and more like they're humans. They're just robots. Instead of the robotic drawings, even though they are robotic drawings. No, it is not eyeshadow. Details, you see that? Now, hair. Hair textures can vary upon people. For example, you could have hair like hers, like theirs, hair like this, or curly hair like that. I'm just going to do the regular hair like that because I do not feel like it. Like that. The way hair textures vary is like person to person, but I'm just going to do what I normally do. So over here we have, I normally add like a bang here in the middle, swoop, swoop. Think bananas or spikes when you curvy dagger. T-Rex teeth, I don't know. Do this, and then I can do another swoop. Swoop, and only add a few lines to make it look hairier. Scratchy part. Bam, bam. To make it curve towards inward the face because it's just kind of like that. Inward. Inward. Bada bing, bada boom. Texture, I tend to add a little dot here, so only a little bit above the head to make it above the head so that the hair has volume. Because human hair is it just volumeless? That'd be boring. And if everybody would have thin hair, that'd be horrible. I'd like doing a swoop, then adding another curve there. So it's just a like swoop, another curve, like a it's like a S. Swoop, another curve, and then I can add another curve going inside, then another swoopy curve. Curve going on the inside, and a curve coming out from that. I tend to get my characters very fluffy, curl-ish hair. Here. And then hair texture, I don't just do the same on both sides. That's boring because people's hair varies. We aren't robots with like the freaking mirror filter on. No, we're human beings. Towards like the end though, I do just tend to give up on like the down curls and just go straight up the entire time. And I also add like a little, I don't know what this is called, like a little leaf here, I don't know. For different hair textures, they can vary with like different personality. It could go from this or this or this or this. But it could be even like a star if you wanted to, or just a circle. But she seems like a triangle girly. Now I'm just gonna erase the guidelines that are here. CCC. And then for coloring, I just do like a bunch of lines. I'm gonna be really lazy with this because I'm gonna be quick. I just do a bunch of them like lines. I think I also erase the guidelines over here too. You could give them like a little apple if you want, because girls have Adam's apples too. It's your decision whether or not they're prominent. So with that, I'm wondering if I give her a lip piercing or nose piercing. And I also tend to like double up on the hair, try to add more strands to line or make it scratchy, make it more hair-like. No. Make sure that your like was moving. Like I barely move my like wrist. It's either like my arm, it's either like my entire arm or my fingers that I move the most. So those the most reliable. Remember, wrists are banned in this world. If you use them, I will break them. Okay? So yeah. And that's a girl. Nike like address signature or whatever you want here, you know. That was horrible. I love him. Went here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you draw a human. Bye bye.